What up, nation? It is day 3 of the draft. I'm actually not gonna be recording any reaction to rounds 4 through 7, but I am gonna watch it, of course. But I'm just out for a walk and wanted to holler at y'all real quick, kind of give you what my thoughts and opinions are on the draft so far. So of course, you know, Fernando Mendoza goes without saying. We've known for quite some time he was going to be our guy. I mean, obviously there's still a chance without any inside information that they may draft out of that. You know, they may have been bluffing, who knows? But it was 99.999% that, you know, Mendoza was going to be our first one. So our draft basically began on day 2. And I got that video. Actually, I think my reaction to that is gonna go up. Yeah, it'll go up either later today or tomorrow, because the first round reaction just went up. So go check that one out. It's on the channel right now. I'm just sitting in the living room. I was looking at it, and I apologize for the audio quality. It is pretty poor because I had a mic right by the television while I was watching, and I tried to kind of give everybody their due as far as everybody that was picked. I threw their stats and everything that ESPN provided up on there. So yeah, our draft basically started on day 2. So that would be the that safety out of Arizona, Trayden Stukes. He's good, man. He's actually, I mean, definitely top 3 as far as safeties. This was a pretty deep safety class, but that dude, he's kind of like I can't think of his name right now, but the first one that was off the board, he's about as good as he is. He would be my 1B to his 1A. I'm talking about that safety out of Ohio State. And the next one that went off, I think it was the one out of New Orleans. I mean, he's good, but he was definitely my 3rd safety as well, maybe even 4th. Not close to the Stukes. But the thing about Stukes is he has range. He's basically going to be our only true free safety on the squad right now, because the other 2 that we have are mainly split safeties. And one hell is more like a nickel safety. He plays at the line of scrimmage. Can't think his name. He came over to the squad last year. Not Palomar, the other dude. Damn. Anyway, can't think of his name. But Trayden, he reminds me of Merrick. How he has that range. He can go sideline to sideline. Another good thing about him is he can tackle. He'll come up and he'll secure a tackle. He's not the biggest hitter, but he getting them on the ground, which is the most important part about tackling. Doesn't have to be a highlight to be effective. So yeah, there's Stukes. And then in the 3rd round, I know we drafted that edge. Now that one, I was a little, I'm not sure how I feel about this, because edge was a big, you know, sticking point in free agency. I mean, we re-signed one of our edge or slash linebacker, and this dude is more of a linebacker. He's very, very versatile. So I'm thinking they may have drafted him. 2 signs: either they're not going to keep Max Crosby. Now I would have thought they would have drafted. Now I would have thought that they would have traded Max on or before draft day so that they can get picks this year for him. But since they didn't, I'm thinking it's going to be more like, what's his name? I can't even remember his name. I always do this. I was blanking on his name in my first video. But our other edge, they just re-signed him. I think they signed him for 18 mil last year and 11 mil this year. Just back-to-back 1-year deals. And last year he was coming off the ACL. He started to turn it on towards the end. just like he did the year before that, before he got hurt. I'm trying to think of his name, that's why I'm rambling on, but can't think of it. So I'm thinking they're probably anticipating he gonna be gone, because the edge that we ended up signing, he's basically like a Tyree Wilson. You know, he's pretty much the same player. Good run defender, doesn't really have much bend, big dude. I can't think of his name, but they signed him to like a $48 million contract. I think it was 3 year, $48 million. He's actually making more than that other dude that I was talking about, who I think is better and better suited for the 3-4, playing on the outside. This damn flyer be bugging me. Anyway, so yeah, and then our second third round pick 91, that's the one that we got for trading back. And actually like that we were able to trade back and then still fill a need in the safety position. That was actually the number one need for me, was DB, safety or corner, but safety more so than corner, because at least we did, you know, trade for a nickel corner, and we have corners that can, you know, play the position on the team, but we really don't have any free safeties. You know, we got 2 split safeties, like I said before, and the other dude was interesting. So I watched Sanjeet talk about this dude. I think his name is Sewell or something like that. That center out of Texas A&M. Obviously, he's not going to play center, and when they called him, they said guard. So I'm thinking maybe that's why they picked him up, which is, I don't know, that's just weird to me, because we got Rodgers, got picked, you know, in the same round last year, a little later. Actually, no, I think Rodgers was actually picked earlier. I have to go look that up and see when he actually got picked. So I don't know, I was under the impression, or assumed, that the Raiders wasn't gonna draft any linemen. I would have liked to see them pick a D tackle in that spot. Those are the 2 wants that I had, defensive back and tackle. And it could have been flip-flopped. You know, they could have picked the lineman early in the year, and you know, for the second round pick, and then safety that first third round pick. But I don't know, they ended up picking edge and guard, which is interesting because it doesn't seem like those are 2 positions that we had huge needs at. But you know what, that's why they get paid the big bucks. We'll see what they continue to do in free agency, and you know, for today, if they can pick up anybody, because they still got a fairly, like a low 4th round. I think they pick at 102, which is not bad. I mean, that's a second, third pick in the 4th round. You get anything in the top 100, and that's close, so it's fringe. You might be able to get somebody that's either going to be a starter or a rotational player for the most part. Round 5, 6, 7, those are projects for the most part, or a position that doesn't get valued that much, that'll start, like kicker, punter. You know, you draft them in the 6th, 7th round if you need one. And I'm pretty sure they'll probably draft a kicker, because they released Colson, or didn't re-sign him, and then they signed that other dude he was an accurate kicker a while ago, but he getting older and starting to miss a lot. I can't even think of his name right now. I think it's K, or I can't remember. Anyway, all right, well, I'm almost to the spot, so I'm gonna be signing off here in a second, but I just wanted to kind of hop on here real quick and give y'all my thoughts. And so far, you know, I'll throw another video up after the draft is complete, so let y'all know what I'm thinking about the whole thing. And you know, Raider offseason, y'all gonna be hearing me rambling a lot, y'all. So hopefully y'all like this type of content. Give me a like and give me a subscribe, and yeah, nothing fancy, But Raiders ain't got to be fancy. It's a commitment to excellence. Excellence don't have to be fancy. It just got to be effective. Just win, baby.